guys, welcome. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the tarot read. We're going to start with numbers. My hands are so cold, man. It was chilly in here this morning. It rained all last night, but it looks like the sun is out now, thank goodness. Okay, so we have the number 29, the month of April, 14, 5, December. So you're going to know if these have special meaning to you. That's sort of your spirit guide's way of stepping forward and saying, hey, this read is going to be a little bit more meaningful to you. 21, 12, 18, 27. We're going to grab a couple more numbers because I'm being told to take more, and then we'll get going with some of the letters, and then we'll get going with the tarot read. October is going to be an important month in this read too. The number 9, I'm going to plunk it here, and the month of January. Alrighty, so I'm being told to take the letters now. So that's what we're going to move to. So these might be initials, maybe for a person, for a place. You're going to know what meaning they have. We have Y, I, S, F, B, and we're gonna grab a couple more, and then we'll get going. I had a couple come out the back. L, A, and G. So you're gonna know if these are special to you. That's gonna mean that this message is probably a little bit more to do with your situation. Is probably gonna resonate with you a little bit more. We're gonna go ahead and get started and see what the cards bring forward. Great big love and bearing fruit. Bearing fruit is a great card to get in your read. Sort of like starting to see the fruits of your labor, maybe something that you've been working towards finally is about to start paying off or coming to fruition. We got Let It Go, Call of the Muse, Tall Tale. So I definitely see transitional cards here, moving from past to present with a look into the future here. This tall tale, this tall tale is speaking to something you had to deal with in the past. This is almost like having to discover a truth. I don't know if this has to do with someone who wasn't being completely honest with you, or a situation that wasn't working the way you wanted it to. And so you had to kind of be honest with yourself about it. But I do feel like it had to do with the catalyst for this change and what you had to step away from. We do have the uncharted sea. And I'm going to tell you, whatever it was you let go of in this new chapter moving forward, I feel like there is an element of this new moving forward that was unfamiliar to you. It was something that you hadn't done before. It was something that felt a bit uncertain. But it's something you felt called to do. This isn't just like Call of the Muse inspiration, being inspired. I actually get this vibe that you felt like you were supposed to do this thing. You felt like you were supposed to go in this direction. And like you really couldn't explain it. But it was something you were just called to do. I do feel like it's going to pay off. Because I get pulled back to that bearing fruit. So I feel like whatever this path that you're on, it is going to bring about change in your life if it hasn't already started to bring about positive change. We also have great and full. I feel like he's giving you more quality of life. Whatever this change is that you've transitioned through. And like I said, I feel like some of it was uncertain and probably a little bit scary. I do feel like it's giving you more quality of life. So just everyday quality, time with the people around you, being able to sort of live a little bit more on your own terms in certain areas, opening to discovery. And quieting the mind. You know what? I'm going to tell you too. You are very intuitive. This call to do whatever this was your intuition going. I don't know if this was the universe speaking to you or your ancestors or spirit guides speaking to you, but you actually heard a call. It was a call from something or someone who had a little bit different perspective than we have here in the physical world, guiding you. And I actually feel like it's been getting stronger with you the more that you've been listening to it. Definitely being able to heed this call and being able to follow this path, even though you didn't quite know why, even though elements of it might have been a little bit scary. I almost feel like it was like a door opening. Like it was a door opening to whatever this is to be able to talk to you more. and for you to be able to hear it better. I feel like it's getting stronger for you. We're going to grab a few more because I want to know more about what's going on. This is a really interesting read. Roots of Abundance, Merry Motive, Broken Open, Roots of Abundance. Because you are trying to build these roots. You are most definitely trying to set down roots. You're trying to build something. I do feel like this most likely ties into, at least in part, career. And a career that you're trying to build towards. But there's something spiritual going on here too. So I don't know if this is a spiritual career that you're building towards or embracing. But there is definitely a very distinct element of spirituality that's being worked into this. I keep seeing it in this Broken Open, like your third eye. And like getting more in touch with your spiritual side, getting more in touch with your intuition, getting more in touch with the universe and everything around you. We're going to grab a few more. Ears wide open. It's like you're able to hear it more. Birds of a feather. I want to know what this is all about. I feel like there's something more to these cards and I can't quite catch it yet. So sometimes it comes forward if I pull a few more out. Deep breath. Smoke and mirrors. I don't know if you're trying to connect with other people who do the same kind of thing, or part of what you're doing is connecting those who have similar abilities to you and kind of like forming a community in some way, shape, or form, and this is part of it. Smoke and mirrors. I get pulled back to smoke and mirrors. It has a deeper meaning. I don't know if you're dealing with possibly people in your community who say they have the same abilities as you, but it's like you know that they don't. Because there is something more that's going on here, but it's like something that you can see through. It's like a deep knowing that something isn't what it seems. Grand Symphony, Endless Possibilities. I think you're starting to slowly realize the potential of what your gifts are. And I think that it's like I said, it was like a door opening. And maybe it's turning into floodgates now. Like it's manifesting in a lot of different ways. More than just this deep knowing. There's something else here too. And it goes beyond just this little, hey, maybe I should do this. It's like understanding certain things about certain people. If people are lying to you right off the hop. If someone's being genuine off the hop. Maybe knowing really deep things about other people's lives. I don't know if you read tarot cards or you do something along that lines, like tea leaves, palm reading, something like that. But I feel like you know about people. I feel like you can be intuitive about people. Like you can tap into them. You know when somebody's being fake. You know when somebody's putting up a front. You know when somebody's being honest. You know when somebody has something going on inside that they can't quite identify for themselves, but you can bring it forward to help them too. What deck of tarot cards should I use? I'm getting pulled to these ones. This is the deck that we need for your read. This is like, it started as one little thing. It's funny because I'm getting pulled to this Endless Possibilities. It's like you started this journey as kind of one little thing, kind of like on a feeling with your intuition, but it's turning into something bigger and bigger and bigger. It's really interesting. I want more cards here because I want to know more about what's going on. I am so absolutely curious about your journey here and what you're experiencing. The Seven of Cups. I feel like you are empathic as well. So you are picking up, this is part of your smoke and mirrors too, is being able to tell if somebody's full of shit, or tell if somebody's going through a rough time, or tell if somebody's having some sort of a heartache or something really good as well. Like you're able to pick up on other people's emotions. Seven of Cups. I just see, even in this Seven of Cups, I see that image there, and he like being able to discern what the truth is, being able to discern what's going on, being able to discern what the right path is. I don't know if you try and help people who are going through emotional shit too. And that might like counseling or something like that, or maybe it's spiritual counseling. But I do feel like your empathic abilities definitely tap into this and definitely help you in giving good advice. The Knight of Wands. The Queen of Swords. We got, holy fuck, we got energy after energy. I just got the King of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands. All kinds of fucking energies here. So I do feel like you deal with people. You deal with a lot of people. People who have issues with telling the truth. People who have issues with admitting the truth to themselves. Dealing with their emotions. Being impulsive, perhaps trapped in addiction. I think you're counseling. I think you're doing some sort of a counseling, or this is what's coming forward and this is the direction it's kind of taking you in without you even intending to go that way. I feel like it's developing into that. And you're trying to help people find their way. I have that distinct impression. You're trying to help with the Ace of Cups. You're trying to help them find a new beginning. 10 of Wands. You're trying to help them become unburdened and sort through their burdens. To come in out of the cold and not feel like they're in the shit. Trying to help them to rebuild. Trying to help them break free of cycles, of addictions. Being able to recognize truths within themselves. That's funny. I'm trying to do a read for you. And I seem to be getting a lot of shit about a whole lot of other people who I have no idea who the fuck they are. But I feel like this is part of your journey. This is part of what you were meant to do. And this is why you felt that call that you couldn't explain. And thank God you followed it. Because I do feel like your purpose on this earth is a bit bigger than most people. Like it's meant to help others. You are meant to help others, and that's why you were given these gifts. That's why this message came to you, to do something different, to move in this new direction. That's what Birds of a Feather is too, because I knew there were other energies associated with it, but I wasn't sure what it was. The Sun card, you are helping people to see the light. You are helping people to find their way out of darkness, and to be able to sort through their shadow work, and to be able to be the best version of themselves and find happiness. I feel like this is actually extremely rewarding for you, and especially because you are an empath. So when somebody's having a good day, somebody's made that win, they're doing good, they're making progress, it actually feeds your soul too. You pick up on that good energy, and you can feel it too. You have that King of Pentacles. Where do you fit in? King of Pentacles. Okay, so that would make sense. That gets me back to my smoke and mirrors a little bit too here. You got a King of Pentacles you're dealing with who's kind of like this Page of Swords. This is somebody who's immature, dishonest, lying. I think it's somebody who's trying to call you down and say that your shit isn't credible. Like whatever it is you're trying to do with your counseling and your help. You got one person who is maybe jealous of your success, or feel slighted in some way, or envious, or has their own fucking, shit going on in there that this is how it manifests. They get fucking nasty with other people and you just happen to be their current target. But I do feel like this is this part of this smoke and mirrors. And somebody specific who you're dealing with, who's being destructive and being dishonest. The Chariot card. This is somebody who you told the truth to, and they did not want to hear it. Or maybe they just weren't ready to hear it. But they're pissed off about it. They're absolutely pissed off. Your goal was to help this King of Pentacles come into their Emperor energy. Because that's always been your goal in doing this. Is always to help people be their best version of themselves. To be able to find healing. To be able to find happiness. And that's why you said whatever it was you said, or did whatever it was you did. That was your intention. Was to help this person to be able to see a truth that would help them to move forward. But like I said, that they either didn't want to hear it or weren't ready to hear it. And so they've gotten extremely pissed off. And I don't know if they're taking active steps to try and undermine what you're doing, or they're saying nasty shit, and this might be on social media, or trying to run you down in some way or cause you some sort of trouble. But it is because they're pissed off that you told them a truth that they either didn't want to hear or were not ready to hear. Strength. They don't like that you're doing good too. That like whatever this is becoming successful. This also pisses them off because it's like all these people that you do help. It's like it adds this credibility to you and what you're doing, and validates what you're doing when they feel like you don't deserve that because they feel slighted or they're pissed off. So they don't feel like other people should be helped by you, or like that can't, how could that be real because their experience was negative kind of thing. I want to pull some more cards because I want to know why this is coming forward, if this person is going to cause you bigger trouble. The High Priestess, ooh, yikes, Two of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. This High Priestess is a bigger figure than any of us. Sometimes she represents someone who's passed, sometimes she represents trusting your intuition, which I do feel there is sort of a side note in there, that is what it means in here. But beyond that, I see her as a much larger figure in this read. And she is keeping an eye on what this person is doing. So I do feel like, Two of Swords, like you're undecided. You're not sure what you should do, if you should take active steps to confront this person. I also have the Nine of Wands that says blocking. I feel like standing your ground and being firm with this person and blocking them is the most important thing that you should do. Nothing aggressive, nothing to go after them or retaliate. This is more about setting your boundaries and then blocking them. And now their problem is theirs. They're going to have to go deal with it somewhere else. You are no longer offering any kind of help, any kind of counseling, any kind of whatever it is that you're doing. They are not welcome to be a part of that. And I also feel like I said, they're being watched by whoever this High Priestess is. I had a bunch of cards just go flying out. If this is karma, if this is the universe, whatever it is, I do feel like they're gonna get looked after. So there's no point in you having to do anything, having to worry or give any energy to this. And the Ten of Cups. Interesting. So the Ten of Cups did come out in reverse. It did fall upside down in reverse. I'm going to tell you, to me, what that means. Taking active steps against this person in some form of retaliation will screw your Ten of Cups over. And your Ten of Cups is what you're actually building right now. You are building personal abundance. You are building happiness. It's where this path is destined to lead you. So it's like, keep the high road. Keep the faith that karma brings things into balance. The universe, a higher power, keeps an eye on what's going on. And just stand your ground and keep being ethical, which is what you've already been doing. Being able to set those boundaries. Being able to cancel this person out in some way, shape, or form, or just block them so that they're no longer welcome in your circle and they can't make that trouble for you. And then if they want to try and be a jerk off behind the scenes, somehow karma is going to even that out. And to have faith that that is exactly what karma is going to do. So don't worry about it. Don't give it your time. Don't give it your energy. Don't consider any kind of retaliation. Like I said, just block them. Just block them out. They're no longer welcome in anything that you do. Say, you know what? This behavior is unacceptable. You can't do this to me. This is wrong. So now you're blocked. Now you're done. Go take your shit elsewhere. Get out of my sandbox. Go fucking play somewhere else. You know? And there it is. The World card and karma just came out. So they'll be looked after. Their shit will be looked after. There's higher forces that are in charge of doing that. And all we got to do is just keep doing the right thing. And I do feel like that's what you're doing. You are earning yourself good karma right now. By doing what you're doing, by helping other people, using your gifts and your abilities to have a positive impact in the lives of others. Trust in what you're doing. Keep trusting in what you're doing. Interesting. Two of Wands. Two of Wands, choosing a path. Yeah, just separate yourself, because I even pulled the Lover's card, but I don't feel like it's speaking to romance in this read. It's just speaking to a choice that needs to be made in a relationship. And this is, to a degree, some sort of relationship. Anytime we talk to somebody, you know, you're building a rapport. I do feel like the choice is just to separate. Just separate. It doesn't have to be heartache. It doesn't have to be a big fluffy whatever the fuck. Just separate. Just cut them off. Cut them off. Call it done. They have no place in your world anymore, and they can go take their shit elsewhere. The shadow side, don't entertain their crap. Don't worry about it. Nothing. They try to be friendly, or you think you should be friendly. No, just cut them off. That's fine. As long as you're not rude about it, as long as you're not cruel about it, you have every right to stand your ground and set your boundaries. And you are doing the right thing. You are heading in the right direction. Don't allow this person and their negative shit to shake your faith on what you're doing. Because everything I see in the cards tells me that you're helping people. You are absolutely on the right path. Don't allow these people to shake you from doing that. Don't allow these people to make you walk away from the chosen path that you've taken. Because you are doing the right thing. You are absolutely doing the right thing. And it is okay to speak your truth and to tell somebody that they're being rude and that they have no place in what you're doing. and just cut them off. Just absolutely cut them off. You don't have to argue with them. Say your piece, cut them off, done. Done. Then it's done, it's finished, and there's nothing they can fucking do about it at all. They can sit and stew and be bitchy all they want, but even in this justice card, I see like they have no real power to harm you. And balance will be done because karma is watching and a bigger force approves of what you're doing. I mean, obviously, they're the ones who set you on the bloody path to begin with, so they're not going to screw you out of it, right? I'm being told token, so we're going to grab a tarot token for your read. This is kind of like your energy card. We'll flip it over. It's funny. Justice again. I don't know if you're a Libra or this person's a Libra either, but definitely that justice speaks to balance. Everything coming back into balance. I have this distinct impression that by you continuing to do what you're supposed to be doing and what you're doing on this path, you are actually bringing things back into balance. You are helping to bring a balance back into the universe by bringing balance back into the lives of others. I do feel like it also brings a level of balance to you to be able to help others. So don't allow, one or two little jerk-offs to steer you away from that, because you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. So have faith and have confidence in that. Alrighty, I hope you guys enjoyed that read. If you did, please hit that like, that subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. Have a great day, everyone.